So the big question they ask us for this problem is, are these two triangles congruent? All right, so that's the end goal that we need to try to accomplish. All right, so we're going to find that out. Before we do that, though, we're going to fill in the missing information. Okay? So what we need to recognize first is, let's look at our first triangle. Okay, let's look at the first triangle. And they give us 2 out of the 3 measurements of the angles. Okay? They give us 1, 2. We got to find the third one. Now, first of all, Esther, see this mark right here? What does that mean? That means 90 degrees. Okay, so you see the symbol right here? That's a right angle. That means 90 degrees. So even if they don't write 90, okay, we should recognize the symbol. That's a right angle. That's 90 degrees. Okay? So the first theory that we're going to apply is triangle sum theory. Dyson, triangle sum theory, all 3 angles need to add up to what?
180.
Okay, they need to add up to 180. Perfect. All right. So we're going to take 180 as our total, subtract 90, subtract 53.13, and that's going to tell us our missing angle. David, did you do it? Yeah?
36.87.
36.87. Very good. I'm going to use red here, different color. This is going to be our missing information. Okay? And so we could write this down. We could write 90, 53.13, 36.87. That adds up to 180 degrees. Okay? So we got all 3 angles of our first triangle. Let's look at the second triangle. Again, they give us 2 out of the 3 angles. They give us this right angle, which we know is 90 degrees. They give us 36.87. So we could apply the same theory, right? We could take 180 and we could subtract those to find the missing angle, all right? But David, you saw something else. Without calculating, how do you know what angle R is? What do you see?
No, basically, you're putting that one into that one and you're using that angle to put it into that angle.
Give me the letter that you're referring to. No, you're right. But let's talk about corresponding angles. What angle from the first triangle corresponds with angle R?
P and R.
P, right? P and R. Very good. Okay? So we should be able to recognize that. We saw, hey, remember corresponding? N and Q, those are both 90 degrees. We already saw for this missing angle, so N and S, those are both corresponding because they're both 36.87. So I know that the corresponding angle to P is angle R, so I could just fill that in, 53.13. Right? Because it's going to add up to 180. Right? Very good. Good observation. Let's fill that in. Some more. We want to know the big picture. Are the 2 triangles congruent? Did it meet the first condition?
Yes.
Okay, so explain, how did this meet the first condition? What did we just do for it to meet the first condition? Perfect, okay? All the angles for both triangles are the same. It meets the first condition. All right, very good. So now we got to find out if both triangles have the same lengths. And as we see, they give us 2 out of the 3. We're missing the length of the third side here. So this is what we have to find out. All right? So Soraya, we already used triangle sum theory to find out the angles. How are we going to find out the missing side?
A to the second power plus B to the second power equals C to the second power.
Perfect. Okay? we got to apply that Pythagorean theory that we just learned. Hello. Thank you. Actually, I'll give you the whole thing. Thank you. Soraya, you're perfect. Okay? She said a squared plus b squared equals c squared. All right? So let's write that down. First, we're going to write down our theory. Here's our formula. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. But now we got to know what sides we're referring to when we fill this out. So let's label these sides. Okay? Let's label this A, which is our missing side. We'll do this one as B, and the longest side is C. Okay? So we have A squared, and we could fill in our missing information. Okay? So Savannah, what is our B? What's our length for B? Okay, so we're going to write 28 squared. What's our length for C? Okay, so we're going to do 35 squared. You have a calculator? Tuvana, you got a calculator?
Yeah.
Okay, do the math for me, please. What's 28 squared? Tuvana, what is it? 740?
No, 784.
784? About 35 squared.
That's 1,200.
Yes,
1225. Okay. Okay, very good. Let's summarize what we just did. Remember, we're trying to find the length of the missing side A. We don't know it yet. So we're applying Pythagorean theory. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay, we have it right here. We know what b is, we know what c is, we need to try to find a. Alright? So what step are we going to take? How do we get this a by itself? Lizzie, you want to tell us?
You go subtract
Minus,
7.
Yeah, go ahead.
subtract 784.
Yeah, let's subtract 784 from both sides. Lizzie got a calculator? What do we got?
441.
441.
Which is
Okay.
21.
So a squared is 441. Dyson, what's a?
A is 21.
Okay, so we take 441, we take the square root, and we found out that a equals 21. Okay? So we could fill in that missing information. A is 21. Alright, beautiful. Now check out what we did. On our first triangle, we found the missing angle. Because we did triangle sum theory. They all add up to 180. We also used Pythagorean theory to find the missing side length. We found out it's 21 feet. Okay? More, what's your observation here? We have a missing side length here. Do you know what it is? 28? Yeah, absolutely. How do you know? Okay? We should see this. 21 and 21. Those two sides are corresponding and they equal each other. 35 and 35. Those two sides are corresponding, they equal each other. So we know, without doing the calculation, we know that's going to be 28. Okay? Because the line QS corresponds with the line MN. All right, Jonathan Dixon, be our hero. We did all this work. Let's answer the question. Explain to us. Are these two triangles congruent, and how do you know?
Yes, because they're the same angles and the same side lengths.
Perfect. Okay? Bada bing, bada boom. All right, perfect.